welcome back to Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. As always, we are here with our daily live show. Thank you for letting me take a day off yesterday. Truly appreciated it. Helped for sure. You wouldn't have been able to hear me yesterday at all if I would have been on here talking. Here we are, man. Diving into some Steelers talk. As always, if you're not watching it now, you can watch it later. Hit the shit out of that like button for us here on the show. I'm Jason, your host, as always, and we are going to talk some Pittsburgh Steelers ahead of week 2 as the Pittsburgh Steelers head to Denver to take on the Broncos. Justin Fields being pretty much named the starter, it's pretty much a slam dunk, and I want to know from you guys, do you feel like the Justin Fields era has begun? Do you feel like the Russell Wilson era will never get started? Just some speculating here, wondering. Again, I think Mike Tomlin used this as a perfect shield to deflect a lot of the quarterback controversy issues that he may have encountered due to this injury to Russell Wilson and using it to his advantage. And I think that is a perfectly played scenario in my eyes with the players that he currently has in that wide receiver room. He doesn't have to be out there making choices. The choices are being made for him in reality due to the injury. But I think he can milk this out and use it as a deflection, use it as something somewhat of a shield to protect him from the media circus that would ensue with a quarterback competition, a true quarterback competition. A true dramatic event like that in a locker room could kill your locker room, and it hurts your football team. And I think Mike Tomlin's using it to his advantage, and I love it, man. It's one of the rare moves that I think Mike Tomlin's actually making work for him and utilizing it correctly. So thankful for that. But again, guys, make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live. What's up, Tom Ford? Put your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the chat as we move through the show. When you miss a day, man, it hurts. It hurts. Gets you off rhythm. But we did a show this morning. I didn't talk too much yesterday, so I tried to really be quiet and just chill. Also, Danny George, if you're out there, I did send your prize out. Thank you for being patient with me because I am super slow. So thank you. I did get it sent out, though. It should be there Friday. So Danny will get his plaque. We got to do a giveaway, man, soon. Let me see what we're going to do. We'll see when we can get there. We'll do it here soon, guys. What's up, Rich? What's up, USC Trojans? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, USC Trojans won. Thank you, man. How are you guys tonight? Rich, Tom, USC. Hope you guys are doing well. Just going to slow roll it. We're going to talk a little bit about the injury report. You guys, you see Larry Ogunjobi on that injury report. That guy's always on the injury report. He'll play. I'm pretty damn sure of it. Knee. It's either knee or back. I swear it's always something with him. But he muscles through it. He plays. It is what it is. So I foresee him being out there. Of course, Isaac Seumalo with the pectoral injury. He's still listed out there on the injury report for sure. That's going to be for some time, for some foreseeable future here. And then also you have Roman Wilson as a limited participant. Dan Moore Jr. I did not participate. So that could get you a little bit worried, considering I feel like he's actually been the best offensive lineman they've had so far at the tackle position. No doubt about it. Slam dunk right now. And guy I rode hard all offseason, but I got to give him his credit where it's due. And Dan Moore Jr. has done what he's had to do so far this season. And I know it's early, but through the preseason, throughout this process, I feel like he's just done what he's had to do. He's shut out the noise so far, and he's got it done, and I have to applaud him for that. We'll see if that trend can continue for Dan Moore Jr., but as of right now, he did not participate in practice as of Wednesday. Russell Wilson also listed as a limited participant. Roman Wilson, limited participant. So those guys are working their way back. But again, the Russell Wilson thing, I think will continue to be a shield for Justin Fields until he just doesn't perform to the level that they want him to. And they may see that he's not progressing, and then they may switch things up to Russell Wilson. But until then, I just don't see Russ getting on the field. I really, really don't. And I think that this is the perfect segue for Mike Tomlin to introduce Justin Fields' heir to the city of Pittsburgh. I really, truly believe that. Thank you, man. I'm doing well, man. No doubt, Danny. Just I'm glad I finally, like this morning, I woke up. I was like, I have to get to the post office. That was the first thing I did this morning after I did my morning routine with shuffling kids and work stuff and all that shit, man. I'm like, boom, right to Delslow Post Office down in Saberton. Put it in a thing, and I'm like, boom, get it out. Dude, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Usually they try to charge you 30, $40 to send anything of weight. So it wasn't bad, thankfully. But I do have the receipt, so if it's ever damaged, let me know. We actually, shit, I sent one to D, and his shit got damaged. I put a claim in 3 times now, and they still have never done anything. The post office sucks. Mark Collins, Justin Fields will get better with good coaching and playing reps. I hope so. I hope so. But I think, guys, what is going to happen here is Justin Fields is given this opportunity earlier than they anticipated, probably. But the opportunity arose. The injury happened to Russell Wilson. And Mike Tomlin is seizing the moment to figure out what they have in Justin Fields. That is what it is. The Steelers are probably going to end up giving a 4th-round pick for Justin Fields. That may prove to even be cheap. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, I consider what he is going to be able to do, or what he is going to be asked to do. He's going to play those snaps, and he's going to be in there until he shows that he shouldn't. And I really, truly believe that. And I know he has deficiencies, and I've been the first to push him out there. And I've been a realist about his potential, or what he does now. Not his potential. His potential, yes, we know what that is. His ceiling is high. He does have the potential to do big things. But we've realized exactly what he's been doing and been real about it. And we haven't tried to sugarcoat it and, be blinded by our fandom with it and be like, oh no, Steelers say he's good enough, put him out there. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what he does bad, what he doesn't do well, and that he needs to fix the shit, So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to continue to do that. But I think if Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin, this coaching staff, this franchise as a whole, if they can see continued steady growth, consistent growth from Justin Fields every week, they're going to continue to roll with him. And it doesn't have to be leaps and bounds, man. It doesn't have to be Justin Fields going out there lighting it up for 4 touchdown passes and 300 yards. That's not what they're looking for. They are just looking if he can command the offense. Does he have the ability to check in and out of the plays, get into the right sets? Does he have the ability to start learning how to anticipate throws? Is he going to start utilizing the middle of the field and the tight ends and things of that nature? Those things are going to be questions that he's going to have to answer, and I think that he's going to try to rise to the occasion because he really feels like this is probably his one real true chance to lock on with an historic franchise like the Steelers, a steady franchise like the Steelers, and one in which a franchise will show extreme loyalty to their franchise quarterback, and that's what they will do if he gets to that status. And we haven't had anybody in Pittsburgh get to that status. So we can talk about Mason being disrespected and no loyalty there. He wasn't their franchise guy. We can talk about anybody else. They didn't make it to that franchise guy level. And if Justin can ever get there, he realizes that this is his opportunity to seize this moment and what the Steelers could potentially do for his career outside of football also. You become a great Steeler, you become a legend, man. You become known. It's an opportunity that you can't let slip through your fingers if you're Justin Fields. This is an opportunity that he has to seize, man. He has to take advantage of this, and we'll see if he actually does. Bad news, Steeler Nation for life. What's up, Mark Collins? I think he brings more good things than bad play calling will help him. We desperately need a second receiver. I can't argue about the second receiver, but I think that that's going to naturally happen with this room because I think you're going to start to see Justin be able to utilize that room a little bit more across the board. And I think you'll see a second receiver start to emerge because there are talents there to get a second receiver. I think Roman Wilson's a talented enough kid if he could ever get healthy and get out there on the field. I think that, honestly, Van Jefferson is a real star. It's just my opinion. I truly do think that. I think he's a guy that can make it happen. I think Calvin Austin can do it. Now, I don't think Calvin's a number 2. I think Calvin's a 3 and a role player. I think he's a slot type guy, role player type guy. But I think he can do those things really, really well and do some special things to really help this offense moving forward in 2024. John Broadway, what's up, my friend? How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Sorry, guys, I'm going to adjust a little bit. Grab a drink. We're about 10 minutes into the show. So let's start hitting beat the crap out of that like button, man. And send this show through the YouTube algorithm, and I'd truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't shared it yet, make sure you share it to all your friends and family out there on social media. Tom Ford says, what I predict this year is Mike Tomlin will get another so-called non-losing season by the skin of his teeth. Tomlin's not a good coach. I think he is terrible. I can't argue it. I can't sit here and, hype him up and put him on a pedestal. I can't. Average isn't good enough for me. I know a lot of people, it's good enough for them, and they're satisfied with that. But that's not good enough in my eyes on a football field. So I can't argue Tom's thoughts. I can't. I can't sit here and, go to war defending Mike. What I can offer, though, and what I can hope for is that he proves us wrong and that he proves us to be way off base, and that he's going to correct some of his deficiencies, and he's going to make some things happen here. He's going to change some things up a little bit. Hopefully his on-field situational football get better. Hopefully his roster management gets better. Hopefully he can settle back in with a franchise-type quarterback, and that's going to be up to Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, whoever can seize this opportunity and run with it. John Broadway, I want more of our tight ends down the middle. I think that's going to be a natural thing that happens also, John. I definitely do. You heard Arthur Smith. You heard Mike Tomlin. You even heard it from Pat Freiermuth himself and Justin Fields that game plan wise, they were trying to stay out of the middle of the field due to the Atlanta safeties. They just got Justin Simmons in there. They weren't trying to test those waters in week 1. They weren't trying to live on the edge there. They were just trying to get Justin Fields eased into things, and they were trying to stay out of the middle. And that was the philosophy. They were trying to attack the edges from the guards out to run the football. They were trying to attack the edges in the pass game. They were just trying to keep everything outside of the hash marks. That just seemed to be what their game plan was, according to them. I'm not sure right or wrong, but that's what they chose to do. Now, I think the tight end room, and I think Arthur Smith, and I think Mike Tomlin realizes that you have to utilize that tight end room, and you have to utilize that middle of the field soon. You can't go through a whole NFL season not doing that. We saw what that is, and that was the Kenny Pickett era. Check down, check down, check down, check down. Never hitting the middle of the field. We saw that with Mitchell Trubisky, never hitting the middle of the field. We've seen that story. That story's already been written. They need to change things up. All right. Let's keep going with the chat, guys. Again, thank you for joining us here on Steel City Live. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're sharing and subscribing to the best show in town, Miss Pittsburgh. We ain't even seen her yet. I would usually read that comment. Offside edits. What's up? Mic drop. Do you think the Steelers need to trade for a receiver for a successful pass game? The answer to that is no for me. I think they can be successful with the tight end group that we were just talking about, with the wide receivers they currently have in the building, growing with the quarterback play as it gets better throughout the season, hopefully. So I don't think it's a necessity. But this is what I will think, or I do know to be true, and I think this will be happening, is if the Steelers find themselves in a favorable position near the trade deadline to where they really have a shot with a nice record, they're really doing things well, and they still haven't had the emergence of a real true number 2 playmaker on the wide receiver spot, or at the wide receiver spot, I think you see the Steelers make a trade somewhere. Now, does that necessarily mean it's a big name guy? No, but I think they would go out there and reach for some help and try to shore that room up if need be. Now, you know how the Steelers are. They might just be stubborn enough to just say, screw it. We're going with our dudes. And that's just the way it is. But that's how I think it plays out if the Steelers have a good record. I think they go out and reach out and try to find somebody. And if things are just hanging on by a thread and they're making it and they're doing typical Tomlin football team things, then no, I think they just stand pat. What's up, Big Sean? I watched some tape on Zach Frazier, and the rookie had a stellar debut. Other than the fumbled snaps with Field, who is that on? I don't know, but as far as blocking assignments, Frazier was an animal. Yeah, I thought he had a really standout game, no doubt about it. I thought he played super well. Rookie guy, a rookie coming in, best center in this draft. They got really lucky getting a guy like Zach Frazier. The way the Steelers get lucky with some of these centers that they have got over the years, over the course of their franchise history, is absolutely astonishing to me. It's amazing because some teams never get a center like that, and the Steelers have had several, and I think Zach Frazier's the next in line to do those big things. He has all the tools, all the intangibles. I got to say this. I'm not sure about the center quarterback fumbles. I don't know who that was on. When I look at those plays, I can't tell right away just off of eye test. I'm not sure whose fault there. You're just both going to have to take kind of blame is what I kind of think and just go with it and blame it on inexperience, John Broadway, again, the word standard is now synonymous with mediocrity, which is subpar. Tomlin isn't trying to be aggressive. I think he doesn't try to be aggressive at times, and I think you are right. The standard has turned into mediocrity, and I can't disagree that fact. And I always use that sometimes when people are really riding me about Mike Tomlin, and I say, what's the standard? What's the standard he preaches about? Because if that's the standard, I don't want to be involved in that. If I was an NFL player, I'd want to be involved somewhere else. I'd want my standard to be high. I'd want to chase Lombardis and not just chase 500 records. That's just me. But yeah, he has made that term kind of meaningless. Tom Ford, he'll never change. It's been 18 seasons. It is hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You are right about that, Tom. You are right. Offside edits. Also, do you think the Steelers' defensive line is going to terrorize the Broncos line on Sunday? I think this about the Pittsburgh Steelers defense as a whole, defensive front, defense as a whole. I think if you look at this Steelers defense, they could terrorize anybody, any team. And that goes for any team. And when I say any, I'm not excluding teams like the Niners, like the Chiefs. I'm not excluding those teams. This defense, guys, is special. I'm just telling you that. I've told you this all offseason. I've been really firm in my assessment of them. I have not wavered one bit. This defense is special. It's going to be special, barring injury. If they can stay healthy, they are going to be an absolute nightmare for whoever they play. TJ Watt is at the pinnacle of his game, and that is dangerous. That is scary if you're an opposing quarterback because he can take a game over. He is that type of player. And this Steelers defense is absolutely lethal, and I think they will continue to be. And I think that they will give the Denver Broncos more than they can handle in Denver. I'm not saying they win the game for the Steelers, but boy, will they have their hands full. John Broadway, good to see you and hear, audience. Hold on. Sean, what's up, D? Good evening. I think we start out 4-0. That's from Mark Collins. I hope so, man. That'd be sick. 8th place, who are your top 10 favorite teams? I have one. I don't have a top 10 favorite teams, guys. There's one team that I'm a fan of. Everybody else, I'm an analyst of. That's it. I have no favorite teams other than the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Pittsburgh, Pirates, I know. They freaking suck ass. Tom Ford, I think the Steelers will grab T. Higgins this upcoming offseason. Possibility, man. Wouldn't hurt. T's an exceptional talent. Brian Hamford comes in with the comment, what's up, Mike Drop Mafia? How's everybody doing? I am most excited about this offensive line we are building. All things go through Frazier. Fields will be a better passer with a good O-line. It definitely can't hurt, brother. It definitely can't hurt. And I got to say this, too. I'm ultra excited in what the offensive line is possibly going to look like. What I think they have a really high ceiling, and I think that there's a lot of young, talented players that are going to be on rookie contracts that are going to be able to do some big things for the Steelers moving forward. And I definitely think it's an exciting time finally because we haven't had a good O-line in several seasons here. Mark Collins, I think it was on both. The second time was on Fields trying to get from under center. Yeah, possibly, man. It's just hard for me with the eye test. I can't tell. I don't want to blame either one. It is what it is. Both inexperienced inside the offense, both inexperienced with, each other. So it is what it is. Somebody just gifted memberships. Brian Hanford gifts 5 Mike Drop Sports memberships. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Brian, guys. Thank him if you are one of the luckies to get a membership. Jacob Carlton, you guys got one. James Clark, Rudy McGraw, RB. All right. There you go, guys. Thank your buddy Brian. I appreciate you, Brian, very, very much. Sean, what's up? He's talking to Danny. Top 5 defense in the NFL this year. Bet. I think so. I think it's going to be top 3. John Broadway, I think that Justin Fields has some issues with the direct snap. He's more comfortable with the shotgun / pistol. Yeah, I no doubt about it. That's where he definitely is more comfortable. But I think, honestly, guys, if you're a freaking quarterback and you don't know how to get up under center, I think you are horrible. I'm sorry. That is basic 101 quarterback play. And sometimes you have to be able to switch into heavy sets out of that pistol and do things out from underneath center. You have to do that at a high level. I'm sorry. That's a basic fundamental skill that I think is being lost with these pass-happy bullshit offenses that are just constantly spread out. I like them, but, dude, sometimes you got to tighten things up and run the ball down somebody's throat, and you can't do that from the pistol all the time. You need to be out underneath center, running out of the eye, running out of the power eye, running out of very big, heavy jumbo sets, man. D, so frustrating that the Steelers were an O-line away from another Lombardi. Hold on, my shit went everywhere, man. Let me find that, D. From another Lombardi, then got rid of their best quarterback and second best wide receiver and still have a subpar O-line. I don't think this O-line's subpar, D. I think that they weren't just an O-line away then. They had a lot of pieces that they needed. The defense needed some pieces, too. I think they got those over the offseason, too. So I think it was more to it than that. But definitely they weren't far. And, yeah, I think Deontay Johnson needed to go. That's just my opinion. I just felt like it was time. They weren't going to pay him the next year, and his deal was up. So why keep a guy for what? You know what I mean? When they didn't even know who their quarterback was going to be, they were already decommitted from Mason, from Kenny, basically, bringing in an old man and Russ, all that shit. So they kind of didn't know their direction until they kind of were starting to put the puzzle pieces together. So I see the logic with Omar Khan saying, hey, let's get something out of him now. And the way Dante Jackson played was pretty damn good. He got an interception. He was lights out. You didn't hear his name all the time, and that's exactly what you want to hear from a cornerback. And he fit this defense like a perfect puzzle piece. And I know that's hard to see sometimes because we don't really dive into them all the time, every little player. But when you looked at Dante Jackson's film and you looked at what the Steelers do scheme-wise and how they play defense, you just thought that he was a missing piece to that defense with his speed, his coverage abilities, and things of that nature, and that he would have just fit real nice into that scheme. And he ended up doing it in week one. We'll see if that trend continues. But I just thought it was time for Deontay. The Mason thing, we know that how I feel about that. But yeah, it's just a toss up sometimes. It's hard to look back once you see all the moves made and you're looking at things from a different perspective as opposed to what you were looking at in the moment. It's so different. But it's definitely hard to think about how this all goes when you're trying to put all these puzzle pieces together in the moment as opposed to looking back at it after the fact. Mark Collins, I believe this is the deepest defense we've had in years. I would say, yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty damn deep. Irwin Curtis, Justin Fields has a better chance hitting a nail at a barn racing than hitting an open receiver. LOL, hashtag Pennsylvania Dutch QB. That's a good one, Irwin. I like that. That's funny, man. Oh, no. We'll get it. Rich Kuzma, the defense is top-notch. TJ got a different look in his eyes. There's something different about him. I don't know what that is, Rich, and you may be right, man, a different look in his eyes. But, man, he's special. He is so special, man. So special. Tom Ford, I 100% agree with John Broadway. The standard now means nothing. Danny George, just like 2008 defense would be awesome. Yeah, that was a good defense in 08. Unique Mathis says go Ravens. Kenneth Jones, then defense is dangerous, but this is one of those games we got to watch out for. Yeah, these types of games where you have real high confidence, it is a trap game, you could call it that. But I don't think the Steelers are at that stage of the season just yet. I don't think they're to that point of overlooking anybody. It's only week 2. They know what they got to do. They know how important these games are, and I don't foresee them overlooking Denver. Black and purple? Come on. Purple's a girl color. No, just playing with you. I'm just messing. John Broadway, after watching the Cowgirls defense and how they took it to the Clowns, they are looking tough too. Yeah, are the Cowboys just that good? Or the Browns just that bad? That's the question you need to ask yourself with some of these blowout, victories also in week 1. Anytime that happens, it's really hard to get a fair assessment of a team because, teams can come out weird and wonky and not be able to recover from those uncomfortable feelings that they get from just that first game, not being as comfortable as they'd like inside of the system, etc. The Higgins going to the Ravens. Like the emoji, Sean. What's up, Russ? Allow gifts. I got to allow gifts for me on my computer. There we go. Maybe I'll get a gift. Jacob Froma was gifted. Carlton, we did that. What's up, Tyler? Hold on. Damn. There we go. Sorry, guys. What's up, Roberta Campbell? Yeah, it's back a little bit, but it's straining like crazy. Getting Frazier was a home run from Kenneth Jones. Absolutely. Like I said, man, I thought he was the best center in this draft. I've thought that since the very beginning. You can even ask Sean, even when Jackson Powers Johnson was big and high on everybody's list. You can ask Sean. He can vouch. I was super Zach Frazier, man. I was just a Zach Frazier guy for some reason. When I watched his tape, when I watched what he was able to do and watched his toughness, watched his football intelligence, his IQ, just impressed me, man. And I've always been high on him. Let's keep going. Mark Collins, I think the problem with a lot of quarterbacks coming out of college is the reason these quarterbacks have the QB and center exchange there in the shotgun or pistol so much, very rarely under center. Yeah, and that's a problem for the NFL, that they possess. They kind of have to adapt to the offenses that the college systems are running, because you're getting a kid or a young man coming out of college that has ran a system for sometimes 4 years, 3 years, in rare instances 5 years, and they're so accustomed to doing these systems that they do none of the fundamentals anymore. They're always in the pistol shotgun. They're always in spread formations. They're always throwing the ball around. And they just don't know how to execute a simple 24 dive, a simple dive play, a simple draw play, a simple, sweep. They don't understand those concepts. They don't understand the center quarterback exchange. They just don't. And it's just what they're taught. Guys, I coach youth football. You know that. And every team in our league is out there running shotgun and shit. And that's what they do. And for a while, I've been this season. We've only played a couple games, but I've wanted to know how to run out of a power formation, out of heavy formations, out of really ultra aggressive, heavy sets. That's what I wanted to learn first, and we've done that. So now we're adding to what we've done there. Now we can start spreading it out and doing different things and being different and dynamic. But I felt like we needed to learn the fundamentals of what a heavy offense means and what that can do for you in certain situations. Tyler, mic drop, you said you weren't sounding so well in the video that you posted onto your YouTube channel this morning. That sucks. I hope you're feeling better now. How are you feeling? It's just my voice, man, keeps going in and out. You can hear it strain, man, but I had a real bad cold, and it's just been hard to overcome it. I'm getting over the cold now. It's just I can't. I talk so much, guys. You figure, normally guys on YouTube that do these podcasts, they're not an hour long like live show. They're not usually. And I do that 5 days a week usually. Plus I do a 15, 16, 17-minute video in the morning. So, and I coach football. I got to scream there. I do all my other shit in life, my regular life. So I got to talk there. So that's all I do, talk. And yeah, it is what it is. But I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh, sorry. Got like a sharp pain there. Baseball boy. Jason will shout you out when you read your comment. Oh, sorry, didn't see him. Baseball boy. Okay, what's up, man? Yeah, sorry, I didn't see it. Thanks, Sean. John Broadway. Peyton Wilson stepped up and was getting at it too. Yeah, guys. Again, 41 snaps total for Peyton Wilson. 24 on defense, 17 on special teams. Outsnapped Landon Roberts by 1. But again, you're looking at the design, the scheme of the defense that week, and you're going to see a Landon outsnap Peyton sometimes. You're going to see Peyton outsnap a Landon sometimes. But that is a very special thing to have right now. And I got to really emphasize this to the Steeler Nation. That is very, very special to have. Why? Because your defense is now far more versatile. You can bring in certain packages to attack certain schemes, certain sets. And if you're the Steelers, with the skill set of a Landon Roberts and his veteran presence, with the skill set of Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen, etc., you are comfortable with those guys in any situation. Yes, Peyton Wilson may be able to do like a pass coverage and things of that nature better due to his speed, but you're comfortable with a Landon. Why? Because he's a veteran, and I don't think you're going to get caught with your pants down ever if you're the Steelers defense, to where teams would be able to just use that up-tempo to create an environment to where you can't sub. And I think the Steelers don't give a shit about that because of the personnel that they have and what they're going to be able to do in a broad picture, with those guys and how they are able to attack each and every down. Mark Collins, quite frankly, both quarterbacks went against two darn good defenses. The Falcons defense, the Falcons defense is really good. They're not bad at all. They did make the defense better, but they were already one of the best defenses in the NFL. They needed to make the offense special. Yeah, of course, no doubt. I can't disagree with that. They definitely needed to make the offense special. And did they miss the mark with it? Maybe. Probably. But we'll see, hopefully that ends up not being the case. Hopefully, these guys with the Pittsburgh Steelers and their talent evaluators understand what they put in those rooms and on that roster offensively. And, maybe they're seeing things that we all don't. But, yeah, I think there's talent there, but definitely they did need to make it special. And they did need to go out there and make one of the big, big moves. And maybe they did miss the mark with that. What's the word on Mr. Porter? Is he still in? Is he in concussion still? No, that was Darius Rush, not Porter. Darius Rush was a limited participant today, still in concussion protocol. Sean says TJ got shafted and he now has a chip on his shoulder. The NFL done poked the bear. I think they did poke the bear. And they got their wish. They woke the bear up. And they woke him out of hibernation early. And he is pissed. Oh, all right. Brian Hanford, I can't wait for Coach T to win a Super Bowl in 3 years and watch everyone yell for a new contract. Call me silly, but I think dude's got it figured out with Omar. Dude, I'd love nothing more than him to win a Super Bowl. Do I think that happens? I don't know. The jury's out. Omar does provide a different variable now, a different level of competency, in my opinion, because I felt Kevin Colbert fell off and got out of touch with the current way the league is run. And I thought Kevin Colbert was a phenomenal general manager throughout his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers, always doing the right things until you got to the end there, to where I just feel like his philosophy and roster management, the way he was building rosters, I just think got out of touch with the current NFL situation. And he just lost touch with that. And that's okay. People age out, man. And I thought it was just time. And I'm glad that you see now Omar Khan in there getting it done. We'll see what happens, though. I wouldn't be calling for extensions, though, just yet. We'll see what happens, though. Sorry, guys. Let me find where I'm at. Jeez, dude. Oh, my Lord. I'm all mixed up. There we go. Mark Collins, when they called TJ offsides, it pissed him off. It was bullcrap. They screwed him. Yeah, no doubt. It did piss him off. Browns, just that bad. That's from Roberta. Mark Collins, the Browns are just that bad. No, they have no. Deshaun Watson, what a horrible mistake. And I remember here on Mike Drop Sports and on my Twitter when they made sure that they were bringing in Deshaun Watson and they were risking the future for him and getting rid of Baker Mayfield, I said, what a terrible, catastrophic mistake. And I think we're right so far. It was bad. It's bad. When people were saying that the Steelers wanted him, I'm like, man, that'll be the worst thing ever. If he'd have came to the Steelers, I'd have said the same thing. What's up, Brent? Tyler, not much is up with me. Thanks for asking. What's up with you? No, not much, man. Man, I cooked some bomb-ass shish kebabs today. I ate like 5 steak kebabs, dude. And, man, my gut was killing me before practice. I ate way too much. Mark Collins, the Bengals are having a lot of problems. Yes, they are, man. They are. Where's our regular Daniel Warman? I ain't seen him, our regular Bengals fan. He ain't in here the last couple days. I got to make sure he's still out and about. Chasing the horizon, take on Padres playing like crap. Once Tatis come back. I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about the Steelers? Or the Pirates? The Pirates below, dude. I ain't even got nothing to say about them, sadly. They just upset me, man. It's not your comment, just them. The franchise is horrible. But I am a fan. In the first game, it looked like something got woke in TJ. That man is a beast. Yeah, something switched inside him, man. He's different right now. He's different. John Broadway, he's talking to Roberta. It's true Jason was advocating for Zach Frazier way before the hype. Yeah, we were, Sean. Yeah, we talked. Sean and I had some long conversations about the center position, man. We went back and forth for quite a while about it. Yeah, we had several ideas, and man, it just ended up always boiling back for me to Zach Frazier, and it was just one of those things. Thank God, though, man. So happy the Steelers got him. Zach reminds me of Mike Webster. That's from Mark Collins. That's heavy shoes to fill there, brother. Heavy shoes. What's up, Mike? Back in the day, it was college had to adjust to the NFL. Now it's vice versa. Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if that's a good thing for the NFL. I think it's a detrimental thing. Brian Hanford, always talking to D. Kenneth Jones, I'd feel bad if Russell couldn't get revenge on Denver. Kenneth, he's not going to probably play, man. I really, truly believe that until Justin Fields loses the job by a subpar performance, and when I mean, I'm not just saying, an average game to where the team loses. I'm talking, this guy goes out there and stinks it up. I think Russ remains on the bench. All right, we'll get back with Tyler's comment here in a second. All right, guys, we're about 41 minutes into the show. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live. It helps the show more than you ever know. So make sure you're reaching up there, hitting that like button. It's free. It's absolutely free, and it's easy. So make sure you hit the shit out of that like button. We'll go for a little bit longer here on today's live stream, what we like to call Steel City Live, only here on Mic Drop Sports. Don't forget to get yourself a Mic Drop Mafia membership, 99 cents a month. Look for a members-only show coming out here soon in the next couple days. That'll be for exclusives, only for members only. Those shows will be for the first week. It'll be locked to just members only. And some shows will only be members only, but those are just special things we do for the Mafia during the season. And also we do our giveaways and things each month. So make sure that you are a Mic Drop Mafia member. 99 cents a month, always will be 99 cents a month. No matter if we got 100 million subscribers, it'd still be 99 cents a month. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And also, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm your host, Jason, as always. So appreciate you helping us out here. And I'm still, too, guys, just to update you on the channel and where I'm kind of leaning toward going here in terms of production and things of that nature. I'm still kind of battling in my head what direction I kind of want to go in terms. I know that I want to do certain things for sure. In terms of production and things of that nature to increase the value of what I'm bringing to you guys. But what I need to do is kind of figure out my setup and how I want to kind of do things in order to not throw a big wrench into the show and make it a shit ton different. But I want to make it different enough that it adds value for you guys to enjoy. So we'll see what happens. But things are still in the works. I just kind of... I'm a type of guy, sometimes I like to take a couple weeks and just think about things and not act. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Tyler asks, Mic Drop Sports, how exactly do you go live on your YouTube streams? I would imagine that it's a rather simple setup, but I'm not sure. Is a laptop and a webcam your setup, for example? No, I film from my phone to go live. So you are viewing me from my iPhone 15 Pro Max. That's what you're viewing me from. You're viewing me from and listening to me from a Rhodes microphone, mini USB, that I use connected into my phone. And I have computers and lights and things, which none of them are running except for the computer right now. But definitely I have an elaborate setup with other 4K cameras. I have like this Kodak camera over here that's ultra 4K. With big lenses that I can attach to it. I have a digital recorder. I have webcams galore, but I use the phone to go live. And I feel like the camera's the best on it, so that's why I use it. And it's really easy to do, so that's why I do it. Tyler, if you ever have any setup questions you would like to do things for your channel, just always, you can email me, man, and we can figure out things. If you need any help or guests or anything like that, you can always reach out, and I'm willing to help. Brian Hanford, 5Ks, we're into house. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying, man. Trying to get my voice better because, man, when you talk all the time, you got to have a voice. I mean, shit. I think the emergence of the ACC in the South with running quarterbacks. Chuck Noll never ran shotgun. He refused to do so. Imagine what Terry Bradshaw could have done while Landry and Staubach did. Yeah, Chuck was Chuck, and Chuck wasn't doing none of that shit, man. Chuck was his own beast. Did the lemon, honey, and whiskey help? I didn't do lemon, honey, and whiskey. I did some garlic stuff, Rob. I did some other brandy or something. I think it was something. I can't remember the name of it. It's downstairs. I used some cough drop stuff to soothe my throat. And then I took a steroid for a little bit to help try to get some of the inflammation out because that's where I was. But yeah, I did a bunch of stuff you guys listed, a whole list, but I didn't do lemon, honey, and whiskey. I did honey a little bit. I did a teaspoon of honey. I did that. But I need to remember lemon, honey, and whiskey. I'm going to write it down. Lemon, honey, whiskey. I don't even own whiskey. Mark Collins, I was a little concerned that Patrick Queen missed those tackles. I'm not concerned about him. You're going to miss tackles in the NFL. It is what it is. He's going to make more than he misses. He's, first time in that system in live game action. I thought he played pretty well. I love the emojis from TD. What's up, Big Tom? The Steelers have gotten a lot faster on the back end and inside linebackers. I kind of wish they go sign Quan Alexander. Quan, I'm not sure where he is sitting right now with that Achilles that he had last year, but he was doing really well for the Steelers. Beast and Stain, who's a Steelers fan here? Probably most everybody, Beast. Damn, dude. There we go. Berta Campbell, I think the NFL loves to poke the bear. They like to toy with old Trent Jordan Watt. Oh, he's talking to Kenneth. Roberta Campbell, I like the job Omar has been doing. Great job. Yeah, so far I think it's a solid performance, man. Roberta, the Browns have been horrible in business for a long time. The worst business. They did the trade for Watson since passing on Ben. Yeah, they just gave far too much. Guys, do you realize that they're locked into him for over $70 million a year moving forward for the next 2 years, cap hit wise? I'm just saying, that's a lot of money, man, for a guy that sucks ass. That's a good one, Tom. That's a good one. Read Tom's comment. He says if Deshaun Watson came to the Steelers, I can see him and Tomlin going out for a massage. Mark Collins says if you listen to J.J. Watt talk, if the Steelers are in playoff contention after trade deadline, he and possibly in the playoffs, he comes out for a run at the Super Bowl with TJ. That'd be pretty sweet. I don't like ring chasing, though. I don't like that. That's just me. I don't know. I don't like you jumping on a train that's already moving that far into the season. If you want to do it and you think that this team had potential, I think you should come and do the work with them early. And, even if you're not going to be a major contributor on the field early, at least get in there, be part of the team, and kind of do that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'd change my mind. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I think it could happen. Definitely. I think you're right, Mark. John Broadway, $240 million quarterback, lost $250 million quarterback, over $500 million in two guys on the field. Terry Bradshaw's final contract was for $250,000. Yeah, money has changed, John. Money has changed, my friend. Tyler, he's talking to Roberta. Just don't ever push your voice because we enjoy listening to you, but we don't want to. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man, you can hurt. I was doing some reading, man. You can hurt your vocal cords bad by forcing it. You know what I mean? If you have like a strain and you feel it and you continually just continue to push through, like you can create like lesions on your vocal cords and shit, like all types of craziness. Wow, I can tell I don't have my glasses. That's from Russ. Steven Alexander, do you like Justin Fields or Russell better? It doesn't really matter who I like at this point. It's whoever's healthy, and I think the Steelers are showing you who they like. Yeah, no doubt. Learn something new every day, Tyler. John Broadway, Jason, I love this show very much, and honestly, and it's honesty and content, and gives me my truth and audience. Thank you, John. I appreciate you being stand up and honest too, guys. Even if I don't agree with you, please put your comment in there. I won't. It is what it is. We'll talk about it, even if I don't agree with you. Truth is, truth is. It is what it is. I'm not always right. I'm not going to sit here and force that down your throat because I'm not always right, guys. I'm not. I'm wrong, man. I tend to try to be as right as I can to bring you guys the best shit I can. But damn, dude, I can be wrong, and that's why I do appreciate you guys very, very much. And thank you to John for that comment. I think we're gonna smash the bricks. Rich Kuzma, gargle with salt. I did that too. That's my great grandfather always used to say gargle with salt for everything. Like if you get like cold sores in your mouth or anything. Russ Broncos, like PA getting defense in position. I'm ready for a good beat down of the Denver Broncos. Chuck Noll took no shit from anyone. He was a hard-nosed coach from Tom. Yeah, he was, man. It was Chuck's way or the highway, baby. Mike Drop Sports, to quote Shep from the Three Stooges in the beginning of the episode, brideless groom. Gargle with old razor blades. D, it's okay, Jason. I'm always right enough for all of us. That's it, D. You're good, man. You got it, brother. Rich Kuzma, he's talking to Tyler. Somewhat of a crazy question, but is Omar the Con Man Khan related to Tony Khan and Shad Khan of AEW and the Jacksonville Jaguars? So what's their relationship? There is no relation according to what I know, but I know a wrestling fanatic and Nick from Sleeper Sports Media, and he may know that question. So I will ask him. So Nick, if you're out there and you hear this, answer that question for us, brother. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. I pushed it too far. I'm ready to be done. So, again, guys, thank you so very much, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Without you, this don't fly, guys. And we have our core, man, and it builds, and we keep growing, man. Once we get into better time frame and stop these 8:30 at night shits, I feel like things will even pick up even more. So, again, make sure you get your Mic Drop Mafia membership, 99 cents a month, to have priority in the chat when things are super busy. So, again, guys, thank you. I'm going to bounce out of here. Thank you again for another great show, another solid week. Tomorrow's already Thursday. We are rapidly approaching week 2 in the showdown in Denver, Colorado, and I think it's going to be a good one. So until tomorrow, guys, I'm Jason. This is Mic Drop Sports. Peace. Thank you.